Basher. Sorry about all the confusion today, but it was a very weird day. I planned on doing it a little bit later and hanging out with my family from Italy, Paul's family from Italy, my family-in-law. And unfortunately, um, when you put something up on YouTube, you can't stream it on StreamYard. So by the time I tried to get it around to this, it turns out it just didn't work out. So I was able to get home because it's a million degrees in New York City. We took a boat to New Jersey, and the family were very, very late. They got lost, and so we had to push things back. Anyway, as I always do, I wanted to make sure I honored the show and didn't, cancel it or any of that stuff. So I finally got home, and I apologize for all of that, my dear Basharisti. I assume we'll have a very, very low turnout from everybody being confused and not realizing what time I'm doing it. But we're going to do the show as always in nomine Padre, Fili, Spiritu Santi. Welcome to iBashers on Sunday, the August 17th at 5:31. Sorry about that. It's nothing I could really do, but hopefully the audience will find the show and it won't be super duper confusing. And I'm really, really sorry. So that's all I can say. Carlos Paggi's here, Melly C, YouTube. No, it's all my fault, Melly C. It's my fault because usually if I have something to do with the family, I will schedule it for later, but I knew there was no way I was going to get back to New York. So I said, oh, I'll bring my gimbal and I'll do a live stream from over there. The signal was absolutely atrocious. So that put that on ice. So when I was on my way home, I said, let me just reschedule it for home. And I put it up on YouTube. And when I got there, here's everybody. Hey, thanks everybody. I'm glad you found me. Afternoon mass or evening, very late evening mass for a lot of people too. I'm all sweaty and nasty. It's a million degrees. We took the ferry over to New Jersey. And by the time I got home, I realized, oh crap, if I scheduled something on YouTube, it won't be on StreamYard. Technical stuff you don't care about, and that's fine. So we'll just do the show as normal on Sunday Mass. I just apologize for all that stuff. Thank you to everybody who commented, and Andrew Wolkowicz. There was a couple of bing bang booms. I can look them up. So I'm going to give everybody this giant thing. Thank you very much for the super. And I'll look those all up on. Actually, I could do that now. Let me see exactly how that works. If I deleted it, will it still be there? I just want to thank everybody who commented earlier, and hopefully, if Julian is still around, he has time to put stuff up on the Gallery of Bastards. It's Basherdirk@gmail.com. That's Basherdirk@gmail.com. If you want to send something in for the Gallery of Bastards, we're going to just operate like normal. I was going to do a walkabout, had everything all ready to go, but New Jersey's got even worse coverage than New York. So I've been a little upset with the amount of coverage that I get when I go live. And it's kind of unsettling to do a walkabout when the quality isn't there entirely. So once again, back in the studio, and hello everyone. So let's see who's here. We've got Melly C YouTube playing around. Like I said, it was my fault. Hey, evening bashers. Hope you're all well. Carlos Paggi and Scotty H. Lord H. Hold on. Where's my kazoo? I don't see it. Anyway, I'm a little discombobulated. I went and got the iciest, coldest Diet Coke. Man, is it hotter than hell. Andy M. Good evening, Father Dirk. Wishing you and yours only good things. It's the only good things, guys. It's Andy M. In nomine Padre, Fili, Spiritu Santi. Grazie mille, signori. But yeah, I had a great time speaking Italian all afternoon, and I have to say, so Paul's cousins don't really speak English, but their son does, because the youth of Italia, they are taught English in school, and it was just great to make mistakes and have full-on conversations with multiple people while racking your brain and doing all that stuff. But it's immersion, and it gave me a lot of confidence for next month, because basically, Paul's not around, and this Andrea, his cousin, is not around. So it was just kind of like get it on the deep end, and it was kind of fun. I really enjoyed it a lot. Joe LaFaro, afternoon mass indeed. Evening all. Good evening to all the bashers. It's Scotty H. Number 4. I think I saw who got the original one, right? Let me see. Sent. It was Rufus got in there first at number one today. That when I first posted it, and then I had to change it again. Apologies for all of that stupidity. He enjoyed the song. Thanks so much, man. I got Nick Brooker. I've got Andrew Wolkowicz. I've got Melly C with Eminem Madness. Thank you so much. All that stuff we get to do it today, which is great. If I do it on the road, I can't do any Eminem Madness. I migrated over from Machine Stream. He's in Rome wandering the streets. Oh, that must be a great one. Shit, he's in Rome. Right, of course, he said he was going to Rome to do the he's got like a watch deal going on over there, right? How great is that? Did he just finish? And that's nice that he did that for me. Hey, hello, Dirk, and all the bashers. It's Fergal's here. Ray is I here. And John Doe says brunette heaven. I don't know exactly what that means, John Doe. What does that mean? Explain to us what brunette heaven means. I'm curious. Yeah, so we left this morning very early to take the subway, which was murder in New York. We're talking about maybe 101 degrees in the hole, as we like to say in New York. And we got to the west side, just west of the One World Trade Center, otherwise known as the Freedom Tower. And his cousins were nowhere to be found. And it took about an hour or so for us to wrangle that up and get them across the river. And just there was episodes of missing trains and missing ferries, and all that kind of fun stuff. It just kind of can get your goat a lot. So it was a high pressure day, and we went out and we had brunch in a place called Hoboken, the birthplace of Frank Sinatra. It's a very, very pretty little town on the Hudson River in New Jersey, and it's very close to New York. That's why, Frank's, yes, he's from New Jersey, but he is, considered a New Yorker, so to speak, as are most people from the eastern part of New Jersey. So, and then we wandered around for a while after I said, there's no way I'm going to make this 3:05 stream. So, plus everybody was just getting their sea legs after brunch. So by the time it came to getting the show on the road, I realized it just wasn't going to happen because I tested the cellular out and there was no bars over there. How do people in New Jersey deal with the internet, the mobile internet? I just don't understand at all. John Doe, you want to tell me what brunette heaven means? Because I have no idea what that means. Oh, brunette heaven is Rome, huh? Is he still out there live? Let me go see. YouTube. Let's see. YouTube. Oh, I want to see images. YouTube. I didn't want to go straight to there. I want to go look at Oisin O'Malley. Rome is a funny town. I didn't love Rome until very recently. Oh, Super Chat Sunday live from Rome. Oh, he's live now. Okay. How cool is? Oh, he's out eating dinner. Okay, just miss. He's got 400 people watching him. Wow, that's unbelievable. And speaking in Italian. Oh, fun for him. He's got 414, and he's got 400 more people watching him. My side of the river. Yeah, Joe, we went over to the Brass Rail in Hoboken. It was nice. It was nice. It was air conditioned, and it was funny because Italians in Italy don't really have air conditioning, and they don't really care about it because they don't know much about it other than the big hotels. And then we were wandering around in the 95-degree heat, and we walked into the restaurant. I said, adesso ti piace l'air condizione adesso? Do you like it now? They're like, see. Because I said I'm going to be that American that installs air conditioning into my home, because I just can't deal without it. I don't care about ice at all. I've never been an ice drinker. I like cold drinks, but ice ruins your cocktails. It ruins your sodas. It ruins everything. So I'm not a big fan of that at all. Ray says, okay, let's go FFS. So what is he checking out the talent over there in Rome? What a fun thing to do. I didn't know he was doing a big old stream today. I guess I should have known better, right? But better for him. I went to school with the original owner's son of the Brass Rail. It was a very, very nice place. I mean, it was nice. I had a because I'm not eating carbs. I had an omelet with and I had a Budweiser and a Corona. Because I just wanted. There's nothing in the world like an ice cold beer after you come in from the super duper hot weather. There's just absolutely nothing like it in the world. Um, and it just wasn't cold enough. Just not, the only way beer can be really cold enough is to get a big bucket and fill it full of water and ice and let it sit in there submerged for a while. Just putting it in a refrigerator does not work. You have to submerge that in icy water in order for it to be bring it. You want that stuff almost frozen because beer when it's not cold is not delicious. It's just not. Oh, right, he's buying the bass guitar. Right, Rufus, the basher of the day. Oh yeah, he's buying some kind of crazy. What kind of bass is he getting again? We talked about it on Friday night show. It's funny though, isn't it? Well, because he lives in Venice, he lives basically like in the outer parts of the solar system. So in order for him to get a bass guitar, like of any kind of note, I guess he would have to go to a place like Rome. And there's a bug in here. Hello, fly. Go away. I won't harm you, but that's okay. Um, Good for him. Yeah, it's some kind. Oh, he wants to play slap bass or something like that, right? Well, I've never seen him play slap bass, so I didn't know that that was in his repertoire. I know he was a big Mark King fan, which one might assume he likes bass. Now, meanwhile, I have his 1973 Rickenbacker 4001 here, and it's just the problem is, like we talked about, getting it to him. But I do have a crazy case here that I would be more than happy to bequeath to him because it's behind my desk is enormous here. It's this crazy. It's got to be 3 feet long, maybe more. No, way more. 3 feet, 2, 3, 4. It's 7 feet long. What am I saying? 3 feet, 3 meters. I meant. And I would just have to get the cutout for that base. It would probably be a great idea and a nice little gift for him because he probably needs a flight case. But that's the story with that. And I said I'd be happy to bring it, but he was like, "Please don't bring it." He's wandering the streets. How fun is that? Hey, Fergal, how are you? I was. A washburn? Is he really getting a washburn? Really? I don't know if it was a washburn. Washburn. The only people I've ever known to play Washburn is Nuno Betancourt. Right? He plays Washburn, or he did, because when he did that tribute to Ozzy, the the back to the beginning thing, he was playing a Nuno guitar. It said Nuno on the headstock, and it was not a Washburn. And Paul Stanley played one like for a year when they gave him a bucket of money, because as if you're in Kiss, that's what you do. You play guitars from manufacturers that give you a lot of money, basically, unless because for some odd reason, Ace Frehley is one of the only people in the entire world that gets free Gibsons. Him and Jimmy Page. I don't know anybody else who does. Like Rick Nielsen doesn't even get them. Um, unless you're a super duper big star. But Gibson has never historically given away guitars. They give some what's called an artist discount, and it's really hard to get one. And they've always been that way. But now that they have kind of new management, maybe they're doing that. But Washburn, huh? I wonder what kind of Washburn that is. He did say he was picking up a slap bass. Okay, slapping the bass. Slapping the bass. I mean, I don't even know if there's a point to that anymore because it was such a for the moment style of the, like chic. You think of Nile Rodgers and Bernard Edwards and those guys, Bernard Edwards especially, those guys from Chic, they're doing. I don't know if it's a thing. I don't know if it'll ever come back. It's a style of music that was popular for a while. I didn't know that. But, those guys used to tape their fingers up, Mark King and all the slapperoony guys. It's a thing, but that's interesting. And, I'm happy that he's playing bass because he should have a bass in this. He's a great bass player. He should have one. He plays with a plectrum, without a plectrum. He's very versatile when it comes to bass playing. So he's picking up a slap bass. What's he doing today? He's just out in the streets, having cocktails and cigars and shit and going to cool places. Very, very, very cool. He's doing it live on YouTube, so I would say I'd crash his party, but I can't because I can't log on to there. He probably wants to play. He doesn't. He's never watched a single episode. He makes fun of me all the time and of my Americanism because he just doesn't think that Seinfeld is a worthy show of. I'm like, well, I'm sorry that you missed out on it because it's very universally funny. And I readily admit to the fact that there's certain kinds of humor I don't get, like Monty Python and all that stuff. But I do get Ricky Gervais. I loved Absolutely Fabulous. I watched a documentary on Joanna Lumley the other day, who just got she got knighted, so she's a Dame Joanna Lumley. I mean, I find all that stuff hilarious. The dry slapsticky stuff has never been in my wheelhouse. But as much as you can dislike Jerry Seinfeld for his Jerry Seinfeld just doesn't give a shit. And but the ensemble of that, Jason Alexander, Michael Richards, and the incomparable Julia Louis-Dreyfus, she's a genius. And after Seinfeld, she went and starred in a show called The Adventures of the New Christine, which was middling to meh. And then she did a show called Veep here on HBO, and then in Europe, I'm not sure how you guys got it over there, but that was just utterly brilliant. She was, I think she won an Emmy Award for every season of the show, which was quite a lot. He's trying to get served. Oh, is he waiting for stuff like that? Slap is not really a type of bass per se. Well, it is, Carlos. I mean, it's a style. Guys who are slap players, and a lot of guys can't do that. They can't slap. It requires a very specific skill set. Yeah, I mean, everybody was slapping in the 80s, including like John Taylor from Duran Duran, because they worked with Nile Rodgers. It was a very of the moment thing. I mean, it's definitely a style. It's I mean, that's like saying it's not like sweep arpeggios are not a style. They're not, because it's integral to a piece of music. But I don't know. It's a sound. All right, maybe it's not a style. Maybe it's a sound. Maybe you're right about that. Although some models do lend themselves to the slap technique. Oh, well, for per esempio, Michael, my bass player, was obsessed with Mark King as well. And he went and bought something called a Kubicki Factor bass. And we all hated it. And he was doing a lot of slap on our second album, Viva Machina. And we were like, what the hell is that about? He's like, I'm just trying to get it funky, because in the late 80s, early 90s, there was this amazing artist named Dan Reed, the Dan Reed Network. And they were like Prince meets Bon Jovi. They were like funky as hell. And they had like black bass player and a black guitar player and like a Jewish drummer and Japanese keyboard player. They were like the United Nations, and Dan Reed was this beautiful German Filipino rock god with waist length hair and an amazing voice. Yes, that's what I meant. It's a technique. It's not an instrument. We know that, but no, I didn't misunderstand that at all. Yeah, it's a technique. It's not an instrument. Of course not. There's not slap basses. You can slap on any old bass. I totally. He said it was a Washburn S1000. Yeah, Mark King. Yeah, I mean, Mark King was the guy. Never famous over here. Did Level 42 ever have a popular song in the United States? Maybe. I mean, I knew of him because I'm a weirdo musician and I care about that shit. But let me see what this looks like. Washburn S1. It's weird. It's Status. That's what he said it is. Oh, it's made by Washburn. Oh shit. Oh, that's very, very slappy looking. You know what I mean? Stuff looks slappy. Like the guys who do that kind of thing. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, this is like, yeah, this is exactly what those guys would do. Is that what Mark King played? Because I don't know. I actually have no idea. I thought he played a factor bass. Yeah, see this stuff? Oh God, that's so that. Oh my God, these are so 80s. It's a Washburn. I didn't know Washburn made these. Status. So that's what Mark King played, right? It's interesting. Um, what bass did Mark King play? Status graphite basses. There you go. Okay, that's why he wants it. Okay, that makes total sense. Okay, I had no idea Mark King has played Washburn make status. I didn't know that. I always thought that they were probably some small bespoke company that made basses. I had no idea what that possibly could have been. Um, what was John Taylor playing back then, right? From and what was Bernard Edwards playing? What bass? What bass did Bernard Edwards play? A BC Rich Eagle bass. Ew. God, I hate BC Rich guitars. Music Man Stingray. I might as well just pop this up so I don't look like I'm talking to myself. Only good things, baby. Thank you. Let me get rid of that. Share screen. Open tab. Bernard Edwards. Let's take a look at what he has to say. So he played. Well, see, oh, there he is. Oh, he's playing a BC Rich also. Look at that, John Taylor. Isn't that funny that I said that? Bernard gave him his BC Rich. Okay. Well, I didn't even say that. And meanwhile, they're giving me all this John Taylor shit. Bernard Edwards. P basses. He played a P. Oh, he played a Stingray. Okay, that's a Music Man. Yes, that's very, very interesting stuff. Okay, good for him. He's going to get a bass that he really enjoys. That's great. I'm glad. I'm happy for him. So that makes total sense. Slap me arse. You have a few level 42. I don't own anything by them. I'm not interested. That never interested in me at all. I was never into that. I mean, I saw it and I appreciate how good it is. But what was their big thing? Level 42 big songs. Lessons in Love. That's the only thing that they ever did here that was big. Yeah, they were huge over there, or relatively moderately successful over there. You know, I don't know, Tom. Hey, Tom Burnett, Dirk, what's your favorite level 42 song? Lessons in Love. I mean, that's the one I know really well. I also know the other one. The fuck was the name of that song? Oh, It's Over. I think it was It's Over. I think it was called It's Over. I think I really like that song. Lessons in Love is the super duper famous song. Jocelyn Bittenbender. John Taylor, so the prettiest. They were so pretty, Duran Duran. The Wild Boys video. Oh my God. I was like the metal guy who was super into Duran. I thought that they were amazing. I loved everybody in that band. I just thought that they were extraordinary. And I still think to this day that Simon Le Bon is one of the most unique singers, like Ozzy, people who have a sound that's so uniquely theirs. I've never heard anyone sound like Simon Le Bon ever to this day. And I just saw a recent live concert with him and he sounded phenomenal. It was amazing. Hot Water, Something About You. Oh, I know Something About You. Children say, yeah, I was just what it is? I probably had my head up, some weird. This came out when I was listening to a lot of Italian opera because of my voice teacher. So I was listening to like Donizetti and Bellini. I was listening to a lot of that shit. I actually got out of the rock world. When I came back into the rock world, I wasn't listening to hard rock and metal anymore, other than like Queensryche and like where the singers were ridiculous. Yeah, it's weird. I had like a 3 or 4 year blackout on pop music. Wild Boys is freaking amazing. Lessons in Love is a great song. Yeah, it was great. It was great. I mean, Mark King's one of the best, greatest bass players ever. There's so many though. I mean, if you ask his favorite bass player of all time, if you ask anybody in the world who their favorite bass player is, it's an instrument that it doesn't get a lot of love, and people don't realize how important it is. James M with $4.99 watching from the air. Just left SFO. I did a super chat earlier. Thank you so much. Source some others. FYR, you are missing a few from the Bashers. Thank you. I know this whole thing. I'm going to give everybody this. Thank you very much for all that stuff. Thank you, everyone. And I love that you're watching from the air. Hope you're in first class, and I hope you have a great cocktail in your hand because you deserve it. So like bass players, I'm one of those singers that paid attention to everybody, and I always was into all the different instrumentalists and all that stuff. So I would say like Asheen, Chris Squire is one of my favorite from Yes is one of my favorite bass players ever. Geddy Lee, John Deacon, I think an unsung hero of bass playing. And then there's Ray Brown, like the great stand-up players, of course. Michael Moore, all those fellas, from back in the day when you listen to the jazz guys. But jazz is not my thing, and I don't ever I'm not pretentious enough to ever pretend that I enjoy some of it, mostly vocal jazz. But when guys get too scootly, wow, I'm just out the door. I couldn't care less. He's going to take a solo that's 50 years long. No thanks. And then, of course, there's the incomparable Pino Palladino if you're into the fretless work. And there was a lot of guys. Tony Franklin was a great one. Paul McCartney's probably, well, sure. I mean, as far as rock bass players go, I don't think anybody could touch them. I don't care how good you are proficiently. I always say there's the Beatles and then there's everybody else. Because there's no point in any of us ever, who's your favorite? What's the greatest band of all time? Well, there's the Beatles and then there's everybody. We can start with everybody else because no one can touch the Beatles. You don't even have to like the Beatles, which I find impossible to believe that anybody would dislike. I think people who say they dislike the Beatles are trying to prove a point. That's what I think. I don't like the Beatles because the Beatles kind of invented everything as they went. So, like, for example, I'm not a big fan of the Rolling Stones, but God, I understand it. I get it. Do I listen to the Rolling Stones for pleasure? No. Do I listen to the Beatles? Maybe every day because it's very inspiring. I've sent super chats today for iBeshes already, so I've got to go easy for the baby doll. I understand, and here you go, baby. Absolutely. Rufus says, Dirk and Bashers, have you seen Middle-Aged Dad Jam Band? They do a great Duran cover. Very funny. I'm dying to see it, though. The Middle-Aged Dad Jam Band. Listen, you hit the nose on the head, right? So, I'm 60, okay? And that's like, I, got to wrap my head around that. And I probably have about 87% left of what I used to have. I have quite a bit of it left, but I don't have some of the other stuff. I could probably get it if I gave a shit. I could probably get it if I worked hard and went back and did all my scales and stayed out of smoky rooms and did all that stuff. Like, I'm a big vocal pussy. Whenever I gigged, I would always book a hotel that had a steam room, and get away from me with your this and air conditioning, blah. But at 60, there's not left much. Nobody should be aspiring at 60. You should be aspiring to get a reservation at a restaurant that's got a great view and a great bottle of wine. I just like, we're trying to, it's over. I'm never going to be the rock star I dreamed of being when I was a kid. I got to taste a little bit of it, and I liked it. And every once in a blue moon, my band gets back together again, and we play. I don't know if it'll ever happen again. I hope it does. And we get to play in front of all thousands of people, and it's really, really cool. However, if I was one of these legendary bands like Paul and the Rolling Stones, and like I've got 22% of my voice left, Mick's got 100% of what he ever, 100%. Paul's got maybe 20% of what he's got left. Great, great piano playing, great bass playing, still all there. He's got all that stuff for sure. But the singing is terrible. Maybe get somebody else to sing, but that would be sad because he was one of the greatest singers ever. What a tenor range. But like some of these bands that are out there with it's just sad to watch. Somebody just told me they saw a Mountain with Leslie West in a wheelchair, and God love him. These people are going out doing what they love. So I understand why Queen is out there with Adam Lambert, because they want to do it and they don't want to give it up. And it's not up to me to say you shouldn't do that. It's up to them. And that's fine. I don't, who am I anyway? John was this incredible bass player. Of course, one of my best friends, one of my oldest, bestest friends in the world, was married to the guitar player for his solo band. And so I got to hear a lot of John Entwistle stories and stuff. What a shame, though. A guy of his age, in such a legendary group, to be found dead in a hotel room because of coke, just like he was doing blow all night. That sucks, man. Yeah. Well, that voice text got out of control. I love it. I thought it was on purpose. They do great Duran covers. I thought it was pretty good. Well, of course, when you start talking about that stuff and you get into the whole Jocko thing. And then there's guys like Flea who slaps. That guy slaps, right? And the guy from No Doubt does it too. Guys who were into like ska and all that, those specials, all that stuff. I do have a weak spot for the specials for sure. Because it's happy. It makes you happy. It's happy music. There's a lot of guys that still incorporate a little bit of slap and tickle in there, and that's okay. Ray says, put the lotion in the fucking basket. Sorry, herself watching. That's pretty funny. Marcus Miller, Stanley Clark, Victor Wooten, Jaco Pastorius, Bootsy Collins, Tal Wolf. Well, she's a genius. Pino Palladini, like you mentioned. Yeah. I mean, the list goes on. There's so many great ones. And then there's guys that hold it down really well. Geezer Butler. Can we talk about Geezer's an incredible bass player? One of the best. Does Geezer Butler ever get the credit for being like, no, he doesn't. Because Tony Iommi and Ozzy Osbourne stole the thunder. Bill Ward is a jazz drummer. Sabbath had some of the greatest. I mean, it's incredible. The Panel Power, Gail Ann Dorsey. I mean, Jesus. First of all, she's gorgeous. And just her whole visage of watching her behind Bowie and just the whole mystery of the whole thing. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, I'm a big fan. And Tal, oh my God. There's a lot of great bass players. I mean, but bass players don't ever get the credit because they're so busy holding down the fort. Because it's not, I mean, it can be a showboating exercise. It can be. If you're who's a showboat or bass player? The guy from what's that guy's name from? I can't even remember the name of the band. They're silly and irreverent. And God, I don't remember his name because I'm old. I don't remember that shit. I got a friend who went to see Oasis at Croke Park in Dublin yesterday. He said that they were amazing, but I would have paid just to see the support act. Oh, was it Richard Ashcroft? Wow. That's amazing. I just saw, they finally got the money back from, what happened with that, right? So Bittersweet Symphony, they got sued for that because it sounded like this could be the last time from the Rolling Stones. However, not the original song, not the song that Keith Richards and Mick Jagger wrote. not that. A guy, and I forget who it was. Was it Mike Olf? Somebody did an instrumental orchestral version of that song, and then that little string quartet thing, they sampled it, and the guy who owned the publishing for that sued them and gave the credit to Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, and it just so happened to be Alan Klein. And Alan Klein was the guy that broke up the Beatles. It wasn't Yoko Ono, like people love to say. It was not Yoko. It was not Yoko Ono. It was Alan Klein, because when Brian Epstein died, he was there. He was truly the fifth Beatle, not George Martin, of course, he's a great producer, but he was the guy that was the glue that put them together, put them in the suits. He made the Beatles, essentially. He died very, very young of a drug overdose. And I think he was 31, something tragic. And came from a very prominent family in London. So they were looking for a management, and Paul wanted to go with Linda, his soon-to-be wife's family, because they were part of Eastman Kodak, and they were bankers and money managers. And John Lennon wanted to go with Alan Klein because of his work he had done with The Move and the Rolling Stones, and everybody had said, stay away from that Alan Klein, he's bad. But John Lennon and Yoko, they had to have their way, and bed piece, hair piece, and that's why I've always been Team Paul, because Paul's about the music and John's about the smoke screen. Not that John's not great, he is. He's, of course. So don't anybody write a comment about that. It's just that she came in and just created such a load of shite, and took him down a path that was emasculating and so many things. But anyway, Alan Klein. So it took 25 or 28 years for Richard Ashcroft to get the publishing back from Bittersweet Symphony, and think about how much money he lost along the way. And it was the biggest thing the Verve ever had. I didn't even know he was out there playing solo, but God bless him, and I hope he got something from it. Yeah, Bittersweet Symphony is amazing. Yeah, it was amazing. I saw her band in Dublin a few years ago, the night before Bowie played. Met her and Tracy Chapman. Hey, wow. I don't know the rest of the words. A middle-aged dad jam band is led by members of the comedy troupe The State, with all kinds of different guest singers and players. And what do they play around? Where do they perform and do their thing? I'm very interested. That sounds fantastic, man. Thomas Burnett says, Bittersweet Symphony, Lucky Man, Drugs Don't Work, Sonnet, etc. Amazing songs. Yeah, that was a very, very cool band, What has more backstabbing? Music, politics. Politics has the biggest ego in the world, because there's no other thing to drive you unless you want to help people. Do you want to really make the world a better place? There's none of them left. Can anybody name any of them? Anybody who wants to make the world a better place? I mean, most of them flip-flop like crazy. At least music, most people get into it for the music or the girls, but most of them get into it for the music. And I think times have changed. Like, if you became a rock star in the 50s or 60s or 70s, or even up until the 90s, there was this, the world was your oyster, your oyster. The drugs were plentiful, the girls were plentiful, but now there's just so much, you can't do anything. But I think most people got into it for the art, for the love of the music. And I think the backstabbing thing didn't really happen. I think that all politicians backstab each other every single solitary day. I just think that's how they operate. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Or who cares? I don't know. Who cares? Anyway, it's time for a little Gallery of Bastards. It's Sunday. Let's do that. Thank you, everybody.
The Gallery of Bastards. Send me the shots, the sublime, the absurd. The Gallery of Bastards. You share them with me, and I share with the world.
and share with the world. Yeah. We start out with Ray sending us some photographs for the Gallery of Bastards. There he is, his hog. Now, did you still have that or did you sell it? You said you were going to keep it. Did you keep it? Is it still on? Oh, look at that baby doll. Who's that, Ray? Ray. Who's this baby? Hello, baby. You're quite beautiful. What a sweetheart. What do you have there? Your Jaws wallet, your Jaws fillet, and your, oh, what's that for the Jaws? Oh, that's oof. See, if I was going to get a motorcycle, I would get that. Oof, that just looks mean and brutal. Wow. Wow, this is amazing. Ray. That would be the, is that, whose is that? Is that yours? I love it, Ray. Raphael, and hope you had the greatest birthday of all time. Hope you did. Hope you had the greatest birthday of all time. Martin Brown is here. Oh, look at this. We've got some action shots. Action Bronson. How amazing is this? Oh, shit. Bronson in motion. Bronson in motion. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Now you get to see exactly how big that cat is. Holy shebangy. That is gigantic. Gigantic. What a beautiful Bronson. Oh, you're such an elegant creature. Good you. Amazing. Looky there. Cassie, I was wearing my Casio the other day. I was wearing it while I was bike riding. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. To ride my bicycle. I want to ride it where I like. Great Casio, 200 meters. Look at Bronson, baby. The Gallery of Bronson. It's fantastic. The cat that ate Pittsburgh. It's amazing. Andrew Wolkowicz, their favorite place. Their favorite place indeed. I am wearing a Melly C Weekender today. I didn't switch arms because, I thought I was going to do it. I just realized that. So let me put it on the right way. I have such a hard time putting on watches on my left hand because my right hand is so lame. It's just so shite. Look at that. There we go. Weekender. Woodstock. That's what I'm wearing today. That's what I wore out in the fields. Hello, baby. Uh-oh, we got a little footy going. Oh, look at this. The perfect time of day for you. Bronson is on a different scale indeed. Hey, Mart, how much does Bronson weigh? Oh, now we're getting a little leg now. Andrew's going to be starting his OnlyFans pretty soon. He's just starting his like sock first, shorts next, shirt off, and then, next. What's going to go on there? Fantastic. Don't do it. Well, I mean, hey, if you want to, God knows anybody could do whatever the hell they want to do. Known to me business. Rare photo of a remote control. This is a rare photo of a remote control from the 1970s. That's a fact. Because my granny, what's funny? I remember she had a big Zenith TV, not Zenith like the watch brand, Zenith, the big American TV brand. And it was like a console, one of the one I would love to have one of those TVs inside. There I am again with the TVs inside a console with the Garrard turntable. Amazing stuff. That was very, very, very cool. Time for some Nick Brooker. Oof. Nick, what does Nick Brooker have for us today? Something amazing, I bet. Look at that. What is going on there? Jesus. It's a castle. What's happening here? I feel like I'm insane. Oh, look at this amazingness. Look at that. Nick Brooker, how do they do that? Is that with suspended via like hot air balloon? Edinburgh. Beautiful. Gorgeous, man. I'll get to look at that. Oh, so let's see. Look at this. Let's pull that out so you can see the whole thing. Gorgeous. How do they do this? Is this? It's not fireworks. It's not. So how do they do that? Can you tell me how they do that? Are you around, Nick Brooker? There's a fly in here. Get out. That's how I get flies out of my room. I'm like, please leave. And then there's the band. Beautiful. What always Nick Brooker. Gorgeous. That's how do they do that? Anybody know how they do that? Oh, it's drones. Is that right? Drones. Wow, that's crazy. Drones. I'm going to start a new band and call it Drones. Is that a good idea? All right, Martin Brown. Like, oh, we got a video. Hold on. I got to download it. Here we go. Let's share the screen. It's Bronson, kids. What do we got? Oh, Bronson and a mourning dove. Oh, shit. Are we in trouble? Oh, God. You want to eat that bird, don't you? Jesus Christ. That bird has no idea what a killing machine you are. Unbelievable. I mean, if that door was open, that bird would be in a lot of trouble. Eminem madness, smoking Mindy madness. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, hello, Mork. It's Mork, it's Mork, it's Mork. Won't be just any Mork. And Mindy's here to sleep on the quilt. Bronson weighs 7 kilos, another 2 years of growing yet as they grow slowly compared to other cats. Who knew? Look at the beautiful Mindy. She's but a wee lass, though, I must say. Trim and gorgeous. Look at this beautiful boy. I'm telling you, I have that exact same blanket. I got to go dig that out and show you. It's unbelievable. I have that exact same blanket. Oh, what a face. What a face. What a face. What a face. Hello, Mork. It's Mork. Oh, what's she looking for? What is she looking? I see the cat toy under the chair over there. Uh-oh. What is she staring at? Oh, she's getting some kind of teaser-rooney. She wants something, or is it dinner time? It's perhaps dinner time. And he's like, I don't really care. I'm sleeping. Who's paying attention to you? Oh, look at this. Did she just no? Did she just go and take a nap on a hard chair like that? I've never seen her do that. Oh, we saw it last week, actually. Wow. The devil inside, every single one of us, the devil inside, devil inside. Thank you, Morgan Mindy Madness, Morgan Mindy Madness. Yeah, 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 yeah. Brilliant. Hey, Dirk. Oh, thanks very much. Southern, I don't know what that's a video. Fergal McDermott. It's Fergal. Got a picture. He's getting some work done. What are you getting work done on? What's going on here with this movement? Looky there, it's an omega. Wow, look at that thing. What's going on? What's going on here? Dude, hold on a second. Let me see what he said in the email. Sometimes I got to read the email in order to know exactly what's going on there. Planet Ocean, moody photo of the 12, some Speedy Mark II racing doll service. Oh, from before its restoration. Oh, how interesting. You don't really. Is that what's. Oh, it's just pieces of that. Very interesting. Okay. Come on, Fly. You're in my show. Get out of my show. Look at that. All right. Isn't that crazy? And technically, this is an 861. It just looks different because stuff is missing from it. Oh, there's all the stuff. Wow. And this beautiful Christopher. Probably my favorite of the Chris Wards, just because that dial is mesmerizing. That's the tapisserie. Tapisserie. And then the classique. You'll never have to service this thing ever. It's a Sherman tank that will last forever. You'll never, ever, ever have to service this thing. Probably not. That watch is bulletproof, Fergal. Some are more delicate than others. Some are and some are not. That definitely is. Watches for the week. It's James M. What? Oh, no. Oh, my God. I love this day just. Oh, snappy noodles. Look at it. Look at the loom and the jacket. The loom and the jacket. The loom and the jacket. How in the world? This is a classic beyond classics. I've always loved this watch. I always thought this was a spectacular. You know me, I don't love the classic Rolex. I couldn't care less. This to me is elegant on a stick. Wow. Look at the jacket. That you nailed, James M. Jesus Christ. All right. And look, you still nailed it. It's a bluesy, 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 two-tone bluesy blues. Crazy. That's what you're wearing on your and some Ferragamo slides down there. Very nice. Actually, they look more like Gucci because it's the horse bit. So I'm gonna put my money on Gucci. Looks more like Gucci to me. Could be, right? You're in the air right now. Is that what you're wearing right now? Was that you in the airport? Is that thunder and lightning? Is that possible? Wow. It was hotter than hell. That's why it was so hot. I'm gonna bet on that being Gucci horse bit as opposed to Ferragamo. I don't think that's Ferragamo. Ferragamo has a different look to it. They have the straight metal strip. Oh, that is thunder and lightning. Well, thunder and lightning, very, very frightening me. Oh, is this you playing bass, Carlos Paggi? Wow. Yeah, Scotty H loves that. Me too, man. That watch is beautiful. Look at you playing bass. What is that? Is that an Aria Pro 2? Is that what that is? What is that thing? Look at you. You look like you're in the Clash. Oh, look. Oh, you're wearing makeup? Oh, shit. You are. Are you goth? I didn't realize this. You guys have like a Captain Sensible thing going on there. What's going on here? I want to know everything. This is very cool, and I want to hear the music too. Aria Pro 2. Yeah. Nailed it, baby. Look, you hear that? Here comes the rain again, falling on my head like a tragedy, falling on my head like a new emotion. So, baby, talk to me like lovers do. That's beautiful, man. Great shots. I love to see you in action doing your thing. It's on Peter Grant's wedding. Get out of here. Like the Peter Grant's wedding? Like Led Zeppelin's manager, Peter Grant? Is that Peter Grant? Jesus, he was like a giant. Amazing. Wow. That's the guy you want to manage you, Peter Grant. He's dead now, but however. Carlos, what was going on there? Were you doing like a gothy thing or a pseudo gothy thing? It's pretty cool. Look at the size of that fella. Jesus. Peter Grant. He was the most feared manager in the history of managers. More than Elvis's manager, more than anyone ever says. They were, as a matter of fact, if Peter Grant told you, well, my band's guarantee is £4 million, they would be like, yes, Mr. Grant, £4 million. How much did you say? 4 million? We'll get that for you right away. Andrew Wolkowicz with Morgana. Oh, that's such a pretty shot. Oh, you know what? We always get so many pictures of her sleeping. Look at her just being an absolute baby doll. Look at you, beautiful lady, on your double pillows. You're a princess, honey pie. Oh, that's beautiful. Morgana. We love you, honey. Look at her sweet, sweet, pretty face. Really, she's just a joy. Did someone say Sherman tank? Great. Oh, this was his birthday gift that he got. He got the Sherman tank. Look at this. So, oh, you're painting it. Oh, isn't that cute? You gonna do that on your outdoor table? Lovely. What you got going on here? You got some glue. Did you get some glue? Some paint on the table there. Amazing. It's great. See, it's so much better that we got to do the Gallery of Bastards and all that stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, the Gallery of Bastards. Thank you, everybody. Big round of applause. Let's do all the whoa. Yay! Balloons and confetti and all that stuff for the Gallery of Bastards. You guys deserve it.
The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots, the sublime the absurd. The Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with the world.
Science is the new rock and roll, man. It is indeed. Mart says, Ray, cool bikes. Joel LaFaro says, happy birthday to Raphael. Of course, baby. John Rudinsky, are we all excited about the upcoming Spinal Tap movie next month? 1,000,000%. I can't wait. I hope it's great. I hope they didn't give away too much in the trailer. I hope they didn't. John, I hope not. The cat that ate Pittsburgh is Bronson. Yeah, he's on a different scale altogether. Andy M's like, ooh, kittens and feet, super hot. He's teasing everybody. He's not into that shit at all. No one would steal a TV in the 70s. Took 6 guys to move them. Oh, but they did. I love how Battle Powers is Dunn's. The Dunn's store. You buy your drones at the Dunn's. I know what you meant, but Dunn's is better, right? So I went in there for an avocado, some butter, and some lacy lingerie for the wife. On my way home, I stopped by the Jones and I got a lighter and some fancy knickers and a peach. You can buy anything at Dunn's. Bronson weighs 7 kilos. Amazing, he's still growing. Beautiful boy. Look at that tail action. Somebody is ready to go. And you know what? Be very careful. Bronson is born ready because he was born this way. Eminem for the win. Always. We love them. Carolyn would faint if she came home to Mork napping. Oh, my God. Imagine that. Never happened because it's the love of their lives. You know? Wait, there's a Spinal Tap too. There sure is, and it's coming up soon. This is awesome. I was feeling crappy. I thought I'd missed the show. You did not, and we're here. That's it. Oisin just had chips and said he wouldn't eat cacio e pepe because of the carbs. Does anyone want to tell him, as I'm still muted? Oh, are you still muted? Does anyone want to tell him that chips are loaded with carbs? The truth of the matter is he has gluten intolerance. So it's not like he doesn't, that's like me saying, I don't like ice cream. Everybody likes ice cream, but I pretend I don't like ice cream, so I don't eat it. He doesn't eat pasta. Bread and pasta don't agree with him. He just never, it makes his tummy hurt, so he doesn't eat them. But potatoes you can have, I had a couple of bites of potatoes. They put some home fries on my plate today, and I was like, I don't want any bread or leave the toast and all that stuff. And he gave me a couple of potatoes, and I gave most of them to Paul, but I was like, I tasted one of them because I was like, you know what? It's just a potato. But there's a big difference also. Potatoes are also natural, and bread and all that stuff and pasta. They're, they got shit in them. They got stuff in them. They do. Scotty H with the $9.99 super sticker. Yeah. That was me playing around doing as many big bang booms as I could possibly come up with. I thought it was pretty funny. Perfect match. Yeah. Well, he always does it. You got to see that guy in person. Right. Joe LaFaro, Deep Just is the most popular purchase watch in Switzerland, followed by the Speedy Moonwatch. Is that right? Is that right? I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on here that I don't really know. It's the most popular purchased watch in Switzerland, followed by the Speedy Moonwalk reduced, which, what does that mean exactly? You have to iterate on that because they don't make this any. They don't. I don't. I lifted it up as if I'm wearing it. Speedy reduced. Crazy. Oh, I just saw a whole article on Swatch groups in big trouble, as are all watch companies, but Swatch is apparently in very big trouble. And I'm like, wait a second, you guys made $1 billion on your plastic watches. Like, what the hell? I have one, I love it, and I want that new one. But guess what? That thing came out, it sold it in like 13 seconds. I liked it, but it's $400. Nah, I'm gonna put that towards something else. I'm not a Rolex fan, but I'd wear that for sure. Yeah, that beautiful lavender loomed date, just beautiful. Yeah, send me pictures of music, man. I'd really love to hear some of your tracks. Why not? Beautiful Morgana, says Melly C. Yeah, she's a beautiful lady. Soon as I get home, she wants to go in my room, or in her opinion, her room. No, it's her room. You just listen. It's your room, you know? Wow. News. Explosion rocks New York as black smoke drifts over Manhattan. Is that true? Oh gosh. I hear a lot of weird noise. It's thunder and lightning. Oh shit. Cops hunt multiple gunmen in New York City. Where did this happen? This is 10 hours ago. Okay. Did something happen? Where do you see this breaking news, Carlos Paggi? I was just in the city a minute ago, right before the show. My cats are family. They're our family. Feckin' predictive text. Yeah, I'm done with that shit. Yes, in the air. Thanks. Wearing the stainless Arabic lavender date just two, and of course you would know the shoes. Well, I have some very unusual. They're very old though, because I haven't bought Gucci in a very long time. But obviously, yeah. I mean, you classy bastard. Eminem are our kids. They are your children, 100%. I wonder if Rasheen had flour made from wheat that was never processed or genetically modified. Perhaps, but that's, my mom had celiac. He doesn't have celiac per se, but he definitely has a gluten intolerance because it doesn't feel good after he eats. That's why he doesn't eat it. It's not like this sucks. And he thinks cacio pepe is peasant food, which it technically is. But, whatever. It's like Paul won't eat polenta because he says it's for chickens. I mean, I don't eat oatmeal because, why would I? Blech. Precious whistle, precious. Come on, precious. Come on. It's hilarious. Plastic Swatch watch. Nice, but I'm not traveling London to buy. Yeah, and it's also sold out. You got to wait online for a plastic watch. That could have been the Thunder, right? It just popped up, the Express, I think. It's very interesting because I'm not seeing any news of it. I could go to New York. New York One's not going to say shit. Let's see, New York One. There was a shooting last night, but is there black smoke? Let me write. Black smoke rises Manhattan. Okay, here it is. Oh shit. When was this? 2 days ago. Really? This is 2 days ago. Oh, it was a fire. It was a fire. Okay. I see 2 days ago. Just popped up. Black smoke was 2 days ago. There you go. Tracy Ferris. Thank you very much for filling us in there. Tracy. It always reminds me of that skit. You got a fast car. And Sinead O'Connor was like, shame on you, Tracy. When Tracy was like, I got a fast car. Wanna shake you. And she was like changing up her message to try to have a hit single. It was a Saturday Night Live skit. It was very funny. She's like, shame on you, Tracy. Where you sell out? I agree, Polenta is for chickens. I've known people that couldn't eat bread without pain, but tried bread from organic wheat. Oh, maybe that's the way it goes. Who knows? Guys, thanks for this clusterfuck of a Sunday Mass. Thank you, all you Basharoonies. You're the best. Thanks for hanging in there and waiting for the show. Just, it took a little while to get around to it, but you guys are the best in the whole wide world. I'm grateful. I will see you on Speedy Tuesday. Same bash time, same bash channel. And Joe LaFar says he agrees. Polenta is for the chickens. Guys, remember to say please and thank you. Remember to hold the door open. And since it's Sunday Bass, and I didn't even give you the right theme before, which is absolutely crazy. Go in peace to love and serve the bass. Nomine Padri, Filii, Spiritus Sancti.
The choir sweet hymn, it lifts us